What's on, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Ross, I like games, and today we've got a bunch of new One Piece TCG cards that we need to be having a little bit of a look at, including a phenomenal card by, in my opinion, the best artist working in the One Piece TCG, and a new Super Rare Kaido. So let's start off with the new Super Rare Kaido. I'm still continuing my read through of the One Piece manga. I'm up to issue 300 now. Sorting out Skypiea. It's pretty good, setting me up nicely for set 5, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm quite excited for when Kaido makes an appearance. Kaido seems kinda cool. Translations here done by myself, though I have checked with people like the lovely Russ Mara on Twitter, and Orange Samurai D, who's checked with the Discord. And I know I say I've done the translations myself in every video. It's not a boast. It's because if I don't, I guarantee I will get people accusing me of using translations without giving credit. So, what have we got with the new Kaido? Well, we got 10 cost, 12,000 power, which is really interesting to me, because this makes this only the third ever card we've seen with 12,000 power, and 2 of them have been Kaido. The other one, if anyone's forgotten, was Charlotte and Lin Lin. So, it's kind of interesting here that we've got, another Kaido being super duper powerful, and we do see this with card game designers in pretty much every game. Basically, we see that they start going for, themes, I suppose. And one of the themes with Kaido is, it gonna be powerful. That card gonna be powerful. Also, go check out onepiece-cardgame.dev, where it's really easy to look up stuff like the most powerful characters we've seen so far. Also, cool little side note, every 12,000 power character so far has had an alternate art. So what does this actually do? Well, it does 2 things. When you play, it lets you grab an 8 cost or less character and put it to its owner's hand, and a 3 cost or less character and put it to its owner's hand. And this is very, very cool. Now, the wording here is very specific. It is any 8 cost or below character and any 3 cost or below character, which is to say it's yours or your opponent's. So what you could do here is grab one of your own characters to put it in your hand to reuse a skill, or you can grab one of your opponent's characters and take it off the board. I suspect a lot of the time that's what this is going to be. An 8 cost or lower, it won't get every character, but it will get a lot of characters. You are not going to be able to full-on board wipe your opponent with this. What you will be able to do is clear some space. Get rid of a nice cheap blocker, as well as a far more substantial blocker, for instance. Or get rid of one of their attacking threats and a blocker, or even 2 of their attacking threats, whatever you think they might be trying to do. They might only have 2 characters on the board, in which case you can get rid of both of them. But this is just a really, really nice way to just get rid of some threats. Because, and I don't think this should be slept on, this is a 12,000 power character. One of the real advantages of getting this character onto the board, and this is going to sound silly, but I'm sorry it's true, is that this character is going to be on the board. It means you're going to have a 12,000 power character, and that's the kind of thing that can be very, very difficult for your opponent to counter. If they don't have a good blocker, this is an attack, or a character whose attack, is probably going to get through the vast majority of the time. And remember how I just said that when you play this, you can take 2 characters off the board? That's kind of the point here. You get rid of the characters that would be able to block Kaido, and then you've got a 12,000 power character absolutely running riot. This is brilliant. And yeah, this is going to be good. Sure, have your coming into play skills that you can reuse, that's lovely. But a lot of the time, what this is really going to be good for is just going absolutely nuts. Huge power. Get rid of anything that could stop it. And I know I haven't actually called it out yet, but I have put the alternate art on the screen a while now. There's an alternate art of this. It's kind of beautiful. I kind of love it. But while we're talking about beautiful artwork, Akira Egawa has done it again. Now, of course, Egawa has done some absolutely stunning cards like the alternate art Roanoa Zoro. There was an alternate art Luffy as well. Tends to generally do alternate art cards. However, here we've just got an ordinary rare Roanoa Zoro, and if I may say so, oh my word, this is a beautiful, 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 beautiful card. I am a huge fan of this one, ladies and gentlemen. I am a huge fan of this. At least in terms of the art style, is it any good in terms of its playability? And the answer is, yeah, could be pretty good. So what we got here with Roanoa Zoro is a 5-cost 6,000 power counter plus 1,000, which is quite nice. And then we've got a skill whereby, on play, give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 power for the turn. It is important to note it does specifically say one of your opponent's characters, or up to one of your opponent's characters. It doesn't allow you to lower the power of the leader. Obviously, lowering the power of the leader would be absolutely amazing, because then all of your attacks would be able to go through a little bit more easily. Obviously, that's kind of the point here. They didn't want to make this one absolutely ridiculously full-on broken. But what they've gone and done instead is given the ability to lower power of characters. Now, this could be a bunch of things. Now, it is only for this turn. So, you're lowering the power of your opponent's characters during this turn. The turn you play this card. So, you're not lowering their attacking power, they're not going to be attacking. What you're doing is lowering their power for things like blocking, or if you want to try and take them down. Because, of course, we know the tie goes to the attacker, the tie has always gone to the attacker since the beginning of the game, but what you need to be able to do here is be able to attack into a character and be able to at least match their power in order to take them out. So, if you've got anyone that can attack unsuspended characters or active characters, or if you've got any suspended or rested characters you want to attack, or there's a blocker you're particularly worried about, in comes Zoro, lowers them by 2,000, and then you've got a 6,000 power character on the board ready to go. And let's face it, you've got lovely Akira Igawa artwork as well, which is rather lovely. I don't think it is a phenomenal game-breaking card. It's a pretty run-of-the-mill kind of card, but it's one that could be pretty gosh darn useful in some decks, which is lovely. Speaking of cards that could be useful in some decks, how about Rebecca? Now, of course, we know we are getting the Rebecca leader in this set. I showed you all leaders the other day. Please go check out that video. Here, we've got a Rebecca character. 1 cost 2,000 power, counter plus 1,000. I'm in this weird situation where OP-04 is coming out, and I've read the Alabaster arc, but I've not read the Dressrosa arc. So, like, half of this set, I'm like, oh yeah! And the other half, I'm like, I have legit no idea what's going on. But what we've got here is 1 cost, 2,000 power, counter plus 1,000, and a skill that on play, look at the top 3 cards of your deck, reveal a Dressrosa card other than Rebecca, and add it to your hand. It is the Dressrosa version of Romance Dawn Nami. It really is as simple as that. And the thing is, we've seen that Romance Dawn Nami is great. And to be fair, Romance Dawn Nami is 1 cost 2,000 power, counter plus 1,000. There is one real difference between them, and that is that Rebecca trashes the remaining cards, whereas Nami puts the rest of the cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. But, and not for the first time incidentally, I do need to remind you here about the Super Rare Luffy that's coming in this particular set. Because the Super Rare Luffy that's coming in this particular set has a skill that wants you to have a bunch of cards in your discard pile, in your trash. So what Luffy does is you've got the opportunity, if you so wish, to put 7 cards from your trash to the bottom of your deck, and if you do so, you restand Luffy. You set it to active, only once per turn. However, if you do that, during your next refresh phase, this character cannot be set to active. So it basically lets you have Luffy twice in one turn, but then not the following turn. Although, of course, what you can do is use this skill every turn to keep restanding Luffy, so you get 2 activations, and then just 1 every turn from there on in. This is a great, great, great skill. But you need to have a bunch of cards in your trash in order to pull it off. So when we look at Rebecca and go, oh, you're looking at the top 3 cards, but then 2 of them end up getting trashed. Nah, that's good, mate, because 2 of them is, well, that's kind of about a third of the way, just under, towards having Luffy's skill activating. So we see this a lot with black cards in OP-04, where they are popping cards into the trash, but the reason they're doing that is so you can have those extra activations of Luffy. And let me put this super duper 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 clearly, this is a card that is going to be great. if you're playing, a Dressrosa style deck. And it's not because it is hugely impactful or anything like that. It's literally just, these searches are good. We know they're good. We've seen this since OP-01 came out, and this is a new searcher, which means it's probably going to be good and see a whole bunch of play. I'm sorry it's not more exciting, but honestly, ladies and gentlemen, this is pretty gosh darn good. And while we're looking at searching cards that could be pretty gosh darn good, how about Who's Who? Because Who's Who is the Animal Kingdom Pirates version of Rebecca. One cost 2,000 power, counter plus 1,000, exactly like we saw a minute ago. And when you play, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal an Animal Kingdom Pirates type card other than Who's Who, add it to your hand, place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Now, I did say there was one difference between Rebecca and Nami. There was actually a second. Nami looks at 5 cards, whereas Rebecca only looks at 3. But again, it's because you're trashing. They don't want to let you trash 4 cards at once. That would make Luffy a bit too good. Who's Who is full-on just Nami. I mean, you swap Straw Hat Crew for Animal Kingdom Pirates, and you swap Nami for Who's Who. Other than that, it's literally the same card. One costs 2,000 power, counter plus 1,000. Look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Find the right kind other than this particular name. Put them in your hand and put the other 4 at the bottom of your deck. And like I just said a moment ago, the fact that we've seen Nami be good in red decks playing Straw Hat Crew tells us that Who's Who is going to be good in blue decks playing Animal Kingdom Pirates. Really is that simple. And we started with Kaido. It's nice to finish on a card which works very nicely with Kaido. Right, there we go, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you need, and now it's over to you guys. Tell me what you think about these cards. Tell me which ones you like. Tell me anything you want to tell me in the comment section. Go nuts. Be nice. And then make sure you like this video, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at TheWasi. That's where we talk One Piece, card games, and all kinds of fun things, like the One Piece card game. And please do consider checking out patreon.com/PTCGradio, where you can support the channel, get some bonus podcasts, and all kinds of fun things. But by far, the most important thing is always, look after yourselves till next time, would ya? Thank you very much for watching. My name's Ross, and you've been watching Wasi Plays.